Hey, it's Reckless Retiree here on this early December morning, and I am here to show you an early prototype of version number 5 of the tree sway generator. This is not to say that the other 4 aren't still worth pursuing, but I just thought I'd try this one because it occurred to me. Okay, those of you who follow trying to remember his name. Not Blackhawk. Nighthawk? Nighthawk and Light, I think is his name. His YouTube name. He gave instructions on how to make a gas collector using a piece of pipe that's used for chimneys. And you have an inner and an outer tube, and you cut them apart, and then one slides in the other, and then you cap off the inner one, and you fill the outer one with water, and then it will, as you gather gas through a valve in the top of it, it will raise up, showing how much gas you have. Well, I didn't have a lot of luck with that. It leaked and other things. So, plus I'm not really pursuing the wood gas anymore. It's still in the back of my mind, still something I could do, but anyway, so this is the outer tube, cemented into a bucket. And what I have is a very powerful lifting magnet, fishing magnet as they call it, that is attached to a line and therefore also attached to the tree away up there that can raise and lower this magnet inside of this tube. Now, if it were just a steel tube, it would be sticking to the sides, but then I also have some drainage pipe inside of that. And the idea I have is to wrap the grooves of the drainage pipe with copper wire, and then hopefully it will generate. Now, one of the benefits of this design is obviously it's cheap, it's incredibly simple, and it doesn't matter how far the magnet, the tree moves, as long as it doesn't move more than the height of the tube, obviously. Now, with the other designs, it mattered if you got an excessive movement. But with this design, I don't think it will. And so the idea is to obviously place it directly underneath the branch you're attached to, or the ultimate design, as I've mentioned before, is to have the line attached to a tree, go to a neighboring tree, over a pulley, and then down the trunk of that tree. So that would be straight on parallel with the trunk of the tree. And then at the base of the tree, I would have this. And you get a lot more movement because you have 2 trees movement instead of just 1. I haven't yet successfully managed to do that yet. I've had various issues. Mostly it's with the leaves on the tree. It was very, very hard to fish the lines through from one to the other, and with a pulley and such. So it's something I can do now when the leaves are gone. It helps a lot, and the wind is very strong, much stronger in the winter. So what it just leaves it up to me is warm days or my being able to endure the cold. Anyway, so you can see it's going up and down just ever so slightly right now because there's a very slight breeze. But when the wind really picks up, it'll really move. And so what I have here is a ribbon to designate the upper level and the lower level. And this needs to go up a little bit. And because I just pushed it down and I shouldn't have. I only want to push down the lower one and push up the upper one to give me an idea how far it's moving. So anyway, I'm playing with that. Like I say, right now I don't have very good winds, but this afternoon and tomorrow, we're supposed to have like 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. So should be interesting experiment with that, especially if it's not raining. That's also makes it very difficult with the experimentation, standing in the cold rain trying to do your experimentation. So anyway, you can very clearly see it going up and down with a very slight breeze. Now, how much power this will generate is minimal, because it's minimal movement. You know, it's not moving up and down very quickly. You know, in a regular generator, you have it spinning at a high rate of speed. But the idea here isn't so much to have each generator making all the power you need, but to do it with multiple trees. And obviously I have multiple trees. So the cheaper I can make it, and therefore the more I can have, the better that will be. Now, gathering that all together into a battery is going to be a challenge, and I haven't yet exactly figured that out. It seems to me that whenever you have solar panels and there's not much sun, or a regular wind generator, and there's not much wind, that would also make small amount of voltages, and somehow it's all gathered together. Now, I think you do that with capacitor bank, that would then discharge or dump into, well, first it goes into a bridge rectifier, then a capacitor bank, then into a battery. And so first of all, I have to prove that this is making voltage, and then try to collect it. So if you have any ideas, you can put that in the comments on how to collect just millivolt voltages so that they eventually gather up into something worthwhile. I think it's possible, because there's lots of micro generators out there that they use for just slight movements. Seen lots of different things on YouTube. And so anyway, this is where I'm at this point. I'm going to take another section of this drainage pipe and wrap it with the copper wire, and then bring it back out, substitute it for this, and see what kind of voltage we possibly can make. Let's see how hard it would be for me to do this. I can't really do it right now because of the precariousness of my situation here. But in addition to the lifting magnet attached to this line, I have it also attached with a high movement spring, I guess you'd say. So I'm hoping that when the movements are sudden, that you'll get the bouncing of the weight, because of the bouncing of the spring, and that will give you additional voltages, because as long as you have a magnet moving by the copper wire, then it's going to be making some voltage. So wish me luck, and I'll check back with you when I get something more to see.